Hello everybody. Before we go on the off-road course, I've got this demonstration to do here to show you how the four-wheel drive system works on the Subaru. It's allowing you to see what the wheels are doing outside the car, because when you're in the car you won't be able to see what's going on. So what makes the Subaru system really good is even with just one wheel with grip you are still able to drive away. So as you can see in front of me here, I've got a set of rollers that I've built specially for this test, and it will show how the system works. These are precision roller bearings. All of them are free to rotate on their own and offers no grip whatsoever. It's literally slipperier than ice. As you're probably aware, in a car the power always tries to get out the easiest way, and that will be the wheel with the least grip. So on these rollers we're going to actually have three wheels with no grip. And you'll notice this front roller here is slightly further apart so that the wheel drops into the rollers and creates a resistance. A little bit like trying to climb up a curb, but obviously with no grip it's quite a difficult task. The wheel at the front here is the one that's going to drive you out of this situation. It's the only wheel with any grip. Now an old style conventional four-wheel drive would not get out of these rollers because, as I've already said, the power goes out the easiest way. So if you have a wheel slipping on each axle, this is going to create a problem for the vehicle because the power will go out of each of those slipping wheels, and the offside front is on a roller, so the only wheel with any grip is the near side front. This part of the test is showing the brake traction control, and the way it's going to work, the computer using the wheel speed sensors will detect which wheels are slipping and it will apply a braking force on those wheels. They then become harder to turn than the wheel that's got the grip, and therefore the car will drive forward. Now this car is fitted with a lineartronic transmission, which is a constantly variable transmission. Doesn't have gears in there at all, so it's very, very smooth, very economical on light throttle because it will find its best engine revs, and if you really want to put your foot down, it will also find the best position in the engine rev range to give you maximum power. So a really nice gearbox. It runs an active torque split centre differential, which is also the same centre differential as on the Forester. The Forester, however, runs a conventional automatic gearbox. So both cars have the same four-wheel drive system. What we're going to do next is put the Forester in the two other rollers. Now these are both with a gap in them, so it's going to be quite a difficult task to drive out, and we'll just get Mike to pull up on the rollers. So we're putting the front wheels in the rollers here. Now both those rollers are wide apart, so it's going to be quite a task to come out of there. And what this will show is the centre diff. The active torque split will monitor and decide where the power needs to go. So in this instance we need the power to go to the rear axle because the front axle doesn't have grip. It's not using the brake traction control here, so as you see, as he pulls forward there'll be a very small amount of slip at the front, then the power will be distributed to the rear axle. This can work both ways, front or rear, whichever's got the grip. And as you see, the wheels turn a very small amount and he's just driven out of the rollers no problem. Now while we're here, we'll actually put the Forester on the three rollers so that you can see that works just as well. Now, just to make it a little bit harder, not only have we got the two rear wheels in the wide gap rollers, but it's also going to reverse out, which is very slightly uphill. And again, you'll notice these three wheels will spin. The near side front is going to push the car backwards. So there's the wheels spinning and is free. So it shows you how good this system is. For bad weather, really good system. Now there is a button on this system which allows us to alter certain functions. When you start the car up normally, the light will come on as an indication to say that it's working okay, and then the system is operative when the light is off. Now when the light is off, you've got full stability system and traction control. So when we're going off-road, we'll need to deactivate a part of this system. This is the part that will drop the engine revs and power if you get wheel spin. So if you're on the road and you have a slippery corner and you start to accelerate and the car starts to spin the wheels, it will take the throttle away from you for safety reasons so you don't spin out. When we're off-road, certain circumstances, i.e. a bit of mud, steep hills, we need a bit of power to get up there. Now what we don't want is the engine power taken away if we get a bit of wheel spin. So by pressing the button, you'll see a yellow light come on the dash, and that's basically keeping the traction part active, but it's deactivating the limiting part of the engine. So it'll allow the wheels to spin. Brake traction control's on, and it works best in this mode to get you out of snow, ice and mud. Okay, so now you've seen how the demonstration works. You're going to feel this in the car. all you're going to notice is a little bit of a vibration when the system's operating as it's pulsing the brakes. Sounds a little bit like ABS working. The system will do it all for you. All you need to remember, if the traction control system is trying to get you out of a sticky situation, just keep a little bit of power on.